the people who are joining virtually, and we ask, as usual, for anyone who is joining virtually to register their attendance by sending an email to meeting minutes at ids.ms.gov. With that out of the way, we will proceed to agenda item number 1, approval of the May 15th, 2025 minutes, which were sent out to the board members previously.
Mr. Chairman, this is Mark. I would move that we accept the minutes as presented.
Okay,
Yep,
we have a
I'd
motion
second
by
that.
Mark, second by Bill Cook. All those in favor indicate by saying aye and or
Aye.
raising their hand, and it does pass
Aye.
unanimously. All right, that brings us to agenda item number 2. Naz Khan and Lisa Kirkendall will present on behalf of the Department of Information Technology Services.
Good morning. Agenda item number 2 for overview and request to issue RFP number 4666-48690 for the acquisition of Avaya VoIP services for the Mississippi Department of Information Technology Services, ITS. ITS oversees the state government's voice communications and supports over 17,000 telephone sets statewide. ITS ensures high service quality, maintaining 99.999% uptime through comprehensive maintenance contracts and agile deployment mechanisms. Currently, ITS has 2 contracts for hardware and managed services with Carousel and Avaya, both expiring on December 31st, 2025. These contracts are available for use by other Mississippi government entities. In order to continue meeting growing needs, ITS is seeking approval to issue a new RFP for equipment and support services, which will continue the current services and include CCAS for enhanced management and support. The current infrastructure also includes various support system and call recording services housed in Microsoft Azure Cloud. Through a new RFP, ITS has plans to expand its services by adding a contact center as a service CCAS platform. The staff of ITS requests approval to advertise and publish RFP number 4666-48690 for the acquisition of Avaya VoIP services for ITS. Further, the staff of ITS requests approval for an increase in the protest bond amount from the $250,000 default to $500,000. With me today is Lisa Kirkendall, Telecom Service Director, to answer any questions that you may have.
Thank you. All right, any questions? Dead silence. I guess the only question, and I think I've mentioned this before, is at some point, should we raise the $250,000 protest limit across the board? And I'm getting a nod from Craig, so we can look at that in the future. All right, if there are no questions or comments, I'll entertain a motion.
I'd make a motion to approve, Mr. Chairman.
Okay, we have a motion from Bill.
I would make that second.
And a second from Mark. All those in favor indicate by saying aye and or raising their hand.
Aye.
And it does pass unanimously. All right.
Thank you.
Hey, Mr. Chairman,
you,
this is Mr. Chairman, this is Keith. I'm on now.
Okay, good. Welcome.
Thank you.
All right, we will move on to agenda item number 3. Danita Durr, Tim Watson, and Patricia Bryant will present on behalf of the Mississippi Department of Public Safety.
Hey, good morning. It's Danetta. Agenda item number 3 is the recommendation for project number 49002, submitted under the ITS plan purchases procedure for the Mississippi Department of Public Safety. DPS is seeking to procure an initial block of 140 dash and body camera units with the option of purchasing additional units up to 480 at the same price. Due to an aging fleet of dash cameras, the associated network, server, and storage infrastructure, it is necessary that DPS replaces its inoperable equipment. For this purchase, DPS issued a solicitation to all vendors within the relevant categories of the ITS Public Safety Video and Communications EPL. The EPL plan purchases procedure allows an agency to make purchases that exceed the cost limit of an express products list. As the coordinator of the information technology planning effort for state government agencies, ITS works with agencies during the planning process to determine procurements that can be appropriately made using IPLs. An agency using the EPL plan purchases procedure is given authorization up to a specified dollar amount to make the identified procurements from the EPLs without further ITS involvement. For this purchase, DPS issued a solicitation to all vendors within the relevant categories for the ITS Public Safety Video and Communications EPL. The staffs of ITS and DPS jointly recommend approval of the planned purchases request to purchase 140 in-car and body-worn cameras using the Public Safety Video and Communication Systems Express Products List from Motorola Solutions Incorporated at a cost not to exceed $5,390,806.20, and to delegate additional in-car and body-worn camera purchases made through this solicitation to the ITS Executive Director. With me today to answer any questions you may have are Tim Watson, Chief Information Officer, and Patricia Bryant, Information Technology Project Manager Lead. And excuse me, I think I was saying IPLs, I meant EPLs earlier.
Okay, well, that was what I was going to move on to. This is to be purchased off the EPL. Do we have any questions, comments?
Seems straightforward to me.
Well, Bill, I'm going to take that as a motion. If you like.
Mr. Chairman, I will make a motion to approve as requested.
All right, we have a motion. And I'll
make a
second it.
second.
Okay, I'll let
Tom.
Mark will be the second. All those in favor indicate by saying aye and or raising your hand, and it does pass unanimously. Very good. Okay. Thank you, Danetta, and I won't mess up that name in the future.
It happens, no problem.
Well, we're going to move on to agenda item number 4. Give me an opportunity to mispronounce someone else's name. Agenda item number 4, Trail Porter and Alfred Falk will present on behalf of the University of Mississippi Medical Center.
Good morning. Agenda item number 4 for project number 48995 for the acquisition of additional Workday modules for the University of Mississippi Medical Center. Workday is UMMC's enterprise-wide cloud-based enterprise resource planning and student information system. In January of 2018, a master subscription agreement for 5 years was executed. Subsequently, multiple order forms have been executed for additional tenants, training credits, and modules. In November of 2022, the ITS board approved the continuation and increase of Workday through January 2028. Through this request, UMMC would like to add 3 additional Workday modules: Workday Contract Lifecycle Management, Workday Strategic Sourcing, and Workday Messaging. These modules will help increase overall efficiency by allowing greater visibility to users and contract owners, allowing UMMC's recruiting team to engage with the next generation of workers on the communication platforms, and generating savings through reduced license costs and aforementioned efficiency increases. The staffs of ITS and UMMC jointly recommend approval of the increase to the agreement with Workday Incorporated in an amount not to exceed $941,003. With this increase, the revised total not to exceed lifecycle costs for this project is $28,097,428. With me today is Alfred Falk, Applications Officer, to answer any questions you may have.
Okay, thank you. Questions? A lot of the items on the agenda today are going to be similar in nature to this, where we're extending, either buying off EPL, extending existing contracts, etc. a lot of year-end stuff. So, do we have any questions?
I'll
Comment.
make a motion to approve.
Looking at you, Bill.
Oh, I heard Keith said a motion to approve. I'd second that motion.
2 fingers, and that'll be a second. If that's okay, Bill.
That's perfect.
All right, we have a motion and a second. All those in favor indicate by saying aye and or reading
Aye.
Aye.
to agenda item number 5. Matthew Livingston, Chad Romberdale Wood will present the Mississippi State Hospital.
Good morning. For agenda item number 5, recommendation for project number 48987 for the continuation of and increase to the agreement with UKG Cronus Systems LLC for timekeeping, SaaS, licensing, equipment support, and enhanced customer success plan for the Mississippi State Hospital, MSH. In February 2005, ITS issued RFP number 3441 for the acquisition, configuration, development, and implementation of a time, attendance, and scheduling system for the Mississippi Department of Corrections. At the ITS board meeting in June 2006, the staffs of ITS and MDOC jointly recommend Cronus Incorporation as the lowest and best vendor for this acquisition. Since contract inception, ITS has executed 13 agreements with Cronus Incorporated, now UKG Cronus Systems LLC, as the successful respondent to RFP number 3441, with MSH's contract beginning August 27, 2009. Since that time, MSH has leveraged the use of Cronus software to automate a wide range of timekeeping and work scheduling tasks, which has significantly improved the efficiency, accountability, and operation of MSH's 24/7, 365 workforce. In July 2016, a software as a service agreement was executed to upgrade Cronus to the cloud for 5 years. Multiple amendments and change orders have been executed to renew the time clocks and subscriptions and purchase professional services. The current agreement expires on June 29, 2025. The staffs of ITS and MSH jointly recommend approval of the continuation of and increase to this agreement with UKG Cronus Systems LLC through June 30th, 2026, in an amount not to exceed $198,993.33 for timekeeping, SaaS licensing, equipment support, and enhanced customer success plan. With this continuation, the revised total to not exceed lifecycle costs of this project is $3,982,138.62. From Mississippi State Hospital to answer any questions regarding this project is Chad Romertail, IT Director, and Kim Wood, Chief Information Officer.
Okay, thank you, Matthew. Any questions, Cronus?
I had a question. There was a reference in here, or there's reference to this is state funding, and then it said under dependencies, it said adequate funds. Are the funds available for this? Or have they been appropriated or approved? I wasn't familiar with that, where it said dependencies in reference to adequate funds.
Chad, you can correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe your business office does have this budgeted.
I'm seeing agreement indicated by Chad. So does that adequately address your question though, Bill?
It sounds like it is. There are adequate funds. Is that what you're saying, Kim?
Well, I'm not privy to their
Okay.
actual budget, but they have been appropriated general funds, and they should have this line item in their general funds budgeted. It was not specifically appropriated for this, but this has been an ongoing cost for them for some years now. So they should have this budgeted in their funding.
Okay,
Sense.
yep. Thank you.
Sure.
Okay, any other questions, comments, etc.?
Mr. Chairman, I'd make a motion to approve.
Okay, we have a motion. Keith, I
I would
can't.
second that motion.
Okay, we have a second from Mark. All those in favor indicate by saying aye and or raising your hand.
Aye.
Aye.
Okay, and it does pass. All right, well, thank you. All right, that moves us on to agenda item number 6. Matthew Livingston and Michael Gonzalez, Chief Architect, will present on behalf of the Mississippi Department of Finance and Administration. Something about something called SAP. I don't know. I think I've heard that over the years, maybe a couple of times.
Good morning. On agenda item number 6, recommendation for project number 48903 for the continuation of and increase to the agreement with SAP Public Services for the acquisition of maintenance, enterprise support, and cloud software from the Mississippi Department of Finance and Administration, DFA.
You'll have to go through 49 and Hattiesburg, it's closed.
In December 2009, ITS issued RFP number 3598 on behalf of the Mississippi Department of Finance and Administration to acquire Enterprise Resource Planning ERP software. The award was made to SAP Public Services and approved by the ITS Board in August 2010. The Mississippi Accountability System for Government Information and Collaboration, MAGIC solution, based on the SAP software, was deployed to production on July 1st, 2014. The system is being used by all state agencies to process their financial, procurement, grants management, and reporting needs. The current financial, procurement, grants management, on-premise maintenance, and enterprise support for MAGIC expires on June 30th, 2025. DFA is requesting to extend the current maintenance until June 29th, 2026, and exchange the existing HR payroll on-premise licenses for SAP's cloud-based HR payroll subscription. The staffs of ITS and DFA jointly recommend approval of the continuation of and increase to the agreement with SAP Public Services, Inc. through June 29th, 2026, an amount not to exceed $692,731.26. With this increase, the revised total not to exceed life cycle cost of this project is $82,062,619.13. From DFA to answer any questions regarding this project is Michael Gonzalez, Chief Architect.
Thank you, Matthew. Any questions for Michael? I mean, it's just magic.
Mr. Chairman, I'd make a motion to approve.
We have a motion from Mark and a second from Bill. All those in favor indicate by saying aye and or raising your hand. Aye.
Aye.
Okay.
Aye.
And it does pass. Thanks, Michael. Good job.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Thank you.
All right, that brings us to agenda item number 6.5. Matthew Livingston and Mr. Jenkins, Senior Director of Long-Term Services and Support, will present on behalf of the Mississippi Division of Medicaid.
Good morning. Agenda item number 6.5. Recommendation for project number 48876 for the continuation of and increase to the agreement with FEI.com Inc., DBA FEI Systems for ongoing hosting, maintenance and operations, and enhancements to the Electronic Long-Term Support System, ELTSS, and Electronic Visit Verification, EVV System for the Mississippi Division of Medicaid, DOM. In June of 2017, the ITS board approved the release of RFP number 4011 for a vendor to implement, host, and maintain a no wrong door information and tracking system that coordinates care, increases access to electronic long-term services, and supports ELTSS, incorporates core standardization assessment instruments, conflict-free case management services, and electronic visit verification EVV capability. In September 2017, DOM requested and received approval from the ITS board to award RFP number 4011 to FEI to provide the LTSS EVV system and support services. A software turnkey agreement was executed on September 29, 2017 with FEI.com DBA FEI Systems for 5 years. This agreement has since been amended multiple times to provide ongoing support, enhancements, maintenance, and operations for the ELTSS and EVV environments, and the current agreement expires October 31st, 2025. The requested operations and maintenance extension and additional development support included in this request will allow DOM to pursue compliance with all existing regulatory requirements and to work swiftly to meet new federal guidance related to the Home and Community-Based Services HCBS Access Final Rule released in 2024. The staffs of ITS and DOM jointly recommend approval of the continuation of and increase to the agreement with FEI.com Inc. DBA FEI Systems through October 31st, 2027 in an amount not to exceed $11,779,740. With this increase, the revised total not to exceed 10-year life cycle cost amount of this project is $45,962,297.78. From DOM, to answer any questions regarding this project is Misty Jenkins, Senior Director of Long-Term Services and Support.
All right. Any questions?
I'll make a motion to approve.
Okay, we have a motion by Keith, second by Bill. All those in favor indicate by saying aye and or raising your hand, and aye, and
Aye.
it does pass. Misty, good job.
Thanks.
Okay. All right, that brings us to agenda item number 7, Naz Khan and Anna Wallace, Unemployment Insurance Director of Tax in the Office of Reemployment Assistance, will present on behalf of the Mississippi Department of Employment Security.
Good morning again. Agenda item number 7 for project number 48974 for the increase to the agreement with Tata Consultancy Services TCS Limited for support, enhancements, and upgrades to the Reemploy USA Consortium for the Mississippi Department of Employment Security, MDES. MDES is seeking approval to amend the existing contract with TCS Limited, formerly TCS America, for the existing unemployment insurance UI system called Reemploy USA Consortium system to provide support, enhancement, and upgrade, including cloud managed services for MDES, the State of Maine Department of Labor, and the Connecticut Department of Labor. MDES entered into a turnkey agreement with TCS America in 2004 to provide UI system software and all services necessary to modernize the UI system. At the ITS board meeting on October 15, 2004, the board endorsed MDES's procurement and selecting process that resulted in the award of MDES request for proposal RFP number 04-04 to TCS America. The Mississippi UI system, recognized as one of the very few successful comprehensive re-engineered UI systems in the nation, is an integrated multi-tenant cloud-hosted UI system successfully operating in 3 states. The Reemploy USA Benefits and Tech solution is a robust, scalable, repeatable, and consistent platform with the ability to add additional states to the consortium. As you can see in the memorandum for this request, the board has approved various projects related to this contract for enhancement and renewal through December 2025. Through this request, Connecticut and Maine are requiring additional funds to contribute to the current and ongoing consortium enhancements and upgrades. No Mississippi funds will be used for this request. The staffs of ITS and MDES jointly recommend approval of the increase to the agreement with TCS Limited in amount not to exceed $6,375,000 for support, enhancements, and upgrades. With this increase, the revised total not to exceed life cycle cost of this project is $260,500,687.69. With me today is Anna Wallace, Unemployment Insurance Director, Tax Office of Reemployment Assistance from MDES to answer any questions that you may have.
Okay. And our legislative advisors, if you have any questions about this consortium, multi-state consortium, and why we're dealing with this today, we'd be happy to entertain those questions or any other questions that the board may have.
Mr. Chairman, I have a question. What happens January 1st, 2026? This is just through the end of the year, through the calendar year 2025. Is that accurate?
Yes, sir. The next agenda item for the board is the RFP related
Okay.
to this as
Perfect.
well.
Okay, that's what I thought. Okay.
And any other questions?
With that, Mr. Chairman, I'd make a motion to approve.
May I have a
Second.
motion? And I thought I saw a second from Keith, but I wasn't sure.
Second from Mark. I second that.
All right, well, I'm gonna let Keith be the second. All those in favor indicate by saying aye. And
Aye.
all right,
Aye.
and it does pass. And that brings us to agenda item number 7.5. Rashonda Mitchell, Timothy Rush, Anna Wallace, etc. But I mean, I'll let Rashonda name all the people there at the table. We'll present on behalf of the Mississippi Department of Employment Security.
Good morning. Agenda item number 7.5 is for project number 45732 for the evaluation and recommendation of proposals received in response to RFP number 4609 for the acquisition of Reemploy USA application support, corrective, adaptive, preventive, and perfective maintenance for the Mississippi Department of Employment Security. MDES is responsible for managing the Reemploy USA system. The Reemploy USA system provides critical support for all unemployment insurance functions performed by MDES for the citizens of Mississippi. MDES seeks to secure application support and maintenance, enhancement development, and defect correction services for the Reemploy USA system. In response to RFP number 4609, 3 proposals were received: Emphasis Public Services Incorporated, International Business Machines Corporations, IBM, and Tata Consultancy Services Limited. The table on page 7.5.1 summarizes the evaluation of the proposals received. The staffs of ITS and MDES jointly recommend the selection of International Business Machines Corporation as lowest and best vendor responding to RFP number 4609 to provide Reemploy USA application support, corrective, adaptive, preventive, and perfective maintenance at an estimated 5-year life cycle cost of $163,835,978. With me to answer any question for MDES are Timothy Rush, Deputy Executive Director, Chief Operating Officer, Office of Reemployment Assistance, Guy Martin, Chief of Staff and Chief Financial Officer, Anna Wallace, Unemployment Insurance Director, Tax Office Reemployment Assistant, and Anna Maria Price, Attorney, Office of Legal Affairs.
Okay, thank you. Questions? from the board, from the legislative advisor? Comments? Motions? We have a motion by Mark
To approve.
to approve. And a second by Bill. All those in favor indicate by saying aye and or raising your hand.
Aye.
Aye.
And it does pass. Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Agenda item number 8, Rashonda Mitchell and Dr. Jackie Samsel, State Assistant Director, will present on behalf of the Mississippi Department of Education.
Agenda item number 8 is for project number 48220 for the evaluation and recommendation of proposals received in response to RFP number 4642 for the acquisition of a Mississippi Academic Assessment Program and Mississippi Academic Assessment Program alternate for students with significant cognitive disabilities for the Mississippi Department of Education. MDE's Office of Student Assessment is responsible for managing the MAP and MAP-A programs. MDE seeks to identify a vendor to provide a large-scale, high-quality assessment for both programs. In response to RFP number 4642, 5 proposals were received: Cambium Assessment Incorporated, Data Recognition Corporation, Focal Point K-12, NCS Pearson Incorporated, and University of Kansas Center for Research Incorporated. The table on page 8.1 summarizes the evaluation of the proposals received. The staffs of ITS and MDE jointly recommend the selection of Data Recognition Corporation as lowest and best vendor responding to RFP number 4642 to provide MAP and MAP-A program at a 5-year life cycle cost of $81,105,766. With me to answer any questions from MDE is Dr. Jackie Samsel, State Assessment Director.
Well, thank you. Any questions? We have a situation where the scoring on cost and technical specifications are in line. So I'll entertain a motion. Motion by Mark, second by Bill. All those in favor indicate by saying aye and or raising your hand.
Aye.
Aye.
Okay.
Aye.
That passes. Thank you. And we will move on
Thank you.
to agenda item number 9. Robert Martinez and Brian Norwood, COO, will present on behalf of our own Mississippi Department of Information Technology Services.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Agenda item number 9 is for the recommendation for project number 49030-4347 for the continuation of an increase to the supplement with Dell Marketing LP for Microsoft Unified Support for the Mississippi Department of Information Technology Services. In December 2020, ITS released RFP number 4347 for Microsoft Unified Support Services. The RFP was awarded to Dell Marketing LP, and a master purchase agreement was executed on April 2021. ITS has executed a supplement to the master purchase agreement and 3 amendments to the supplement for Microsoft Unified Support for 6 state agencies, including ITS, that wish to participate through June 29, 2025. ITS is requesting approval to execute an amendment to the supplement with Dell for Microsoft Unified Support Services through June 29, 2026, to assist with continued training and support of the Microsoft suite of products in production for mission-critical systems. The staff of ITS recommends approval of the continuation of an increase to the supplement with Dell Marketing LP through June 29, 2026, in an amount not to exceed $356,873.91 to provide Microsoft Unified Support Services. With this continuation, the revised not to exceed total lifecycle cost of this project is $1,689,198.91. With me today is Brian Norwood, Chief Operations Officer, to answer any questions you may have.
Okay, thank you. Any questions?
Mr. Chairman, I'd make a motion to approve.
We have a motion to approve, second by Mark, motion by Bill. All those in favor indicate by saying aye and or raising your hand. And it
Aye.
does pass unanimously.
Thanks, y'all.
Okay.
Thank you.
Brings us to agenda item number 10, and Jay White will present the revisions to State of Mississippi Enterprise Security Policy, which we will need to consider for approval today. Go ahead, Jay.
Yes, thank you all. If you'll remember last month, I brought to you, and I think in your packet was the revised or updated version of the enterprise security policy for the state of Mississippi. You all approved that to be able to go through the Administrative Process Act for the Secretary of State. It did go through that process where comments could be received and then we could respond to comments. However, we did not receive any comments. So at this time, we're requesting that the board give the official approval so that we can go and finalize the processing of this and establish this as the policy now.
Mark?
So moved, Mr. Chairman.
Oh, we have a motion for approval. I thought he was going to do a deep dive into the policy. Doggone, we've missed that opportunity.
I'll second that.
We have a motion to approve by Mark, a second by Bill. All those in favor indicate by saying aye. And
Aye.
Aye. Okay, it does pass.
Thank you very much.
All right. Agenda item number 11, Haley Tucker will present the recommendation for approval of state retirees hired under contracts exceeding $20,000 for fiscal year 2026. Go ahead, Haley.
All right, thank you. Hey, everybody. Mississippi Code 27-104-17 requires that no former employee who is receiving state of Mississippi retirement benefits shall be hired under contract for an amount exceeding $20,000 a year without prior approval by the agency's proper governing board or authority. Upon approval of such contracts, a written report shall be submitted detailing the cost and need of such contract to the chairman and members of the Senate and House Appropriation Committees. The staff of ITS recommends approval of the state retirees that have been attached in your packet that have been hired under contracts that do exceed the $20,000 mark for FY26. And I will help answer any questions that you might have.
Okay, I don't know if we've got any questions. This is something that maybe the legislature might want to look at. $20,000 nowadays is fairly low, but I mean, we don't mind approving it. But it just seems like the figure may need to be looked at some point in the future. With that said, are there any questions, comments, etc.? Go ahead, Senator Williams.
Make a motion to approve.
Okay, we have a motion to approve by Keith, a second by Mark and by Mark. But Senator Williams, did you want to say something?
I was just going to affirm what you said. It is probably something we need to look at. I don't know if y'all have done any type of internal analysis to say what the number should be. If you've got a recommendation, I can definitely take it to the appropriations people and be glad to do that.
All right. Well, thank you. Thank you. All right. We do have a motion and a second. All those in favor indicate by saying aye and or raising your hand. And aye. It does pass unanimously.
Thank you, guys.
Keith, light up there. All right. That brings us to agenda item number 12. A report by our esteemed executive director.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Let me just start by saying, as you can tell by our 101-page packet, that we've been quite busy. So I think I just want to start by thanking not just the team at ITS, specifically our procurement and legal services team, but also our partner agencies that we serve to get this work done as we round the corner on the fiscal year. So very, very grateful for the team here and our partners in the agencies. Chairman Wicker, let me start by saying our work on the Procurement Modernization Council continues. And I wanted to just loop back to agenda item 2 when you mentioned the protest policy. The work with this Procurement Modernization Advisory Council for modernizing procurement, we have the 30 largest agencies in government at the table, which represents about 98 or 99% of total spend in IT. And we have walked through and will continue to walk through all of our procurement processes, delegation limits. But I did just want to loop back and very specifically say that we have had very thoughtful conversations about the protest policy with all the agencies sitting around the table. So not only did we bring some ideas, I think we listened to our customers, and we'll be presenting a much more holistic package on the heels of House Bill 958. Just wanted to mention that in detail since it came up. A couple of other notes. I know we've had a long agenda today. ITS attended, as did many other entities, the kickoff to the Success Project by our partner, the Department of Human Services. It happened right toward the end of May, after our last board meeting. We attended that and applaud the leadership of the department carrying the agency forward and modernizing these very critical systems. As y'all know, we had a special session after the regular session. Our appropriation came out of it toward the end of May. And we've, so that little bit of gap in time, mid to late April into May would sort of be us digesting what that is and planning. We have done that since the special session a few weeks back. Very grateful to the support from the legislature. Not just the business that ITS does, but there are a lot of special initiatives which came through this session, and we're very grateful for the support. And I think the belief that ITS can get these things done in government. So very grateful for that. Let me mention just a couple of other things very quickly. You've seen lots of announcements on AI lately. A partnership with NVIDIA was just announced. There was an AI accelerator program in partnership with the universities that was announced a couple of weeks ago. Lots happening in this space, lots of positive things. One of the things I wanted to mention is this new AI and Workforce Readiness Council established at the recommendation of the SWIB board. We'll have a seat on that, and it's where a lot of this coordination will happen in the AI space, big picture, workforce, economic development. So lots of really fabulous things happening from the leadership at the governor's office and in the legislature, and ITS is thrilled to have a seat at the table. A couple of other traveling notes. We had a team attend the NASTD, National Association of State Telecom Directors, Southwest seminar, and that they represented Mississippi well. We will be attending the NASCIO Leadership Summit coming up in July. It is a states-only, several days of deep dives into the challenges in and across the 50 states. So it is an unbelievably fabulous time to sit down with our colleagues across the country and let them know what we're doing and hear best practices. We planned last Friday, we had a lunch here planning for our 14th annual Mississippi Digital Government Summit. We had a room full of people, great dialogue, and I've seen a draft of the agenda and it looks fabulous. The date for our 14th summit is slated for September the 17th. We'll send reminders out. It's at the Westin in Jackson. Always a great day. We typically been drawing somewhere between 275 and 325 total attendees. So we'll let the board know and our advisors know. But the planning session last Friday went really great. As you can imagine, lots on cloud, lots on AI, a couple of really interesting sessions on data. So I think it's going to be a fabulous day in September. And lastly, I wanted to mention something pretty creative. Just yesterday, ITS hosted a promptathon with Microsoft Copilot. Microsoft and EY were our partners, and we had, I think, somewhere between 35 to 40 folks taking part in that from different agencies. And we want to continue to do these sorts of things. The promptathons have been pretty special. It helps folks come together, be in a room together, and kind of vet where we're going with this new technology. So we were thrilled to do that yesterday with Microsoft and EY, and absolutely plan to try to be at the center of those conversations moving forward. So with that, Mr. Chairman, ran through just a couple of the high items. More than happy to take questions.
Okay, well, thank you. Questions? This is a long agenda, but we haven't reached the hour mark yet. If there are no questions, then I will move us on to the next agenda item, number 13, nomination and vote for a chair and vice chair to begin serving July 1st. Now, the tradition, both in this, well, the tradition for us is we do it kind of in order of tenure. But the tradition in every other organization to which I've ever been involved is to, if you're not there, you get nominated. So Krista's, both by virtue of her tenure and by virtue of her not being here today, I'm going to nominate her to serve as chair, and Bill to serve, because of his tenure, to serve as vice chair.
I will make that second.
The second by Mark. All those in favor indicate by saying aye and or raising your hand. And there we go. We have our chair and vice chair starting next month. That brings us to agenda item number 14, which is authorization of per diem travel and other expenses for the board members through June 30th, 2026. We usually do this motion at this point every year. Do I hear a motion to approve this? We have a motion by Bill. I'll second it. All those in favor indicate by saying aye and or raising your hand. That also passes, which brings us to agenda item number 15, verification of quorum for the next ITS board meeting, and confirmation of the board meeting schedule for the fiscal year 2026, which you received in your packets. Is this, remind me, somebody, is this an in-person?
Yes.
Okay, I will have to attend virtually because I will be out of town, out of state. Mark, I think you indicated you'll be available. Bill, will you?
I will be available. I'm unsure if I'm going to be in person or out of state at that time.
Okay. And Keith, you're going to be available?
I think I'm going to be available, but I'm not sure that I will be available on site or not.
I really want Mark to be the only one here.
All by myself.
It's
me and Craig.
For something anyway. Well, we do have a quorum, at least for attendance virtually. I'm going to be out of state for the Vaughter family reunion, annual family reunion, which is a nationwide family association. Somewhat ridiculous. All right. Is there any other further business? There being none, I would remind those who may still be in attendance virtually to please register your attendance by sending an email to meetingminutes@its.ms.gov. And there being no further business, I will adjourn the meeting. Thank you all.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Record.